This video is sponsored by Coolmic. Click the link in the description to access the winter anime sale running from December 24th to January 5th. 2024 was an okay year for BL Anime. A few new series, nothing really notable. But what about 2025? Is the BL market going to improve, or are the options going to be substantially worse? And we'll look back fondly on this uneventful year as a highlight in retrospect. Well, in this video, we're gonna take a look at all the anime slated to come out next year, whether they're dated and assured, possible to probable, or who knows. Then we'll talk about all the non-BL anime coming out that BL fans definitely should still also check out. Without further ado, let's talk yaoi.
Big things, Nemo like.
This is probably the least amount of BL anime just announcements across the board that I personally have seen in all the time I've been covering BL anime on this YouTube channel. 2 of which are coming in 2025, 4 of which are undated. Some of them will most likely air next year. Some of them are... who knows? But we'll talk about them. First up, and the one coming to you soon, is Baban Vampire. Mori Ranmaru works as a live-in part-timer at a long-established public bathhouse. His true identity is a 450-year-old vampire. Seeking the ultimate taste of the blood of an 18-year-old he continues to protect the of 15-year-old Rihito, the only son of the bathhouse owner. However, a crisis arises as Rihito reaches puberty. He falls in love at first sight with a girl in the same class. Ranmaru's desperate Operation Loss Prevention begins. It looks cute. It's interesting. To be honest, I'm fairly confused about the BL angle in this. It's categorized as BL. I'm not going to dispute or argue that categorization, but usually when we see BL, it's pretty clear that one character is in love with another character, and that is the establishment that we are going off of, hence the boys loving. But here it doesn't seem like there is any inherent decided love interests. I'm assuming Mori Ranmaru, Rihito clearly has a girlfriend, and I don't know if it's gonna be some unrequited boys love. It'll be intriguing to see how the story actually plays out. I could just read the manga, you know, like any of these adaptations, we're always like, well, what's it gonna be about? Read the latest chapter. Find out. The bodies, I will say, I don't know if I can show that this early in the video, but the bodies look incredible, and this is coming winter 2025, so it's coming literally in a month. Only thing else I really have to say, is something I've said before. Straight men are now making BL. I mean, it'll be intriguing to see how, it'll be intriguing to see is all I'll say. Next up is something that has been long desired to probably get an anime adaptation. Ganbare Nakamura-kun. Okuto Nakamura is a timid and gloomy-looking student who cherishes only 2 things in this world, his pet octopus and his kind-hearted classmate Aiki Hirose. After mustering all the courage within him, he finally decides to talk to Hirose. During his first attempt to make contact, an instinctive mistake turns the idea of friendship into a distant dream as he creates a hilarious impression on his crush. Can he successfully redeem himself and accomplish his goal of becoming good friends with Hirose? The man, the myth, the overdone meme. I read Ganbare Nakamura-kun I want to say close to a decade ago. The biggest question I have, or biggest thought I have in regards to this one is just how are they gonna extend it? It's supposed to be a TV anime. I don't know if it's with Netflix or if it's with, does it have a licensor that I can find? No, Aniplex. It's cute. And it's popular with a lot of people, so I expect it's going to have a positive reception. Also, this is slated for 2025. Doesn't have a set date. It won't be winter, so either spring, summer, or fall. Next is one recently announced that I actually have wanted to check out myself. Isekai no Sata wa Shachiku Shidai. Its English title is one of the dumbest things I've ever read in my life. The other world's books depend on the bean counter. Already at his wit's end, 29-year-old corporate slave Seiichiro Kondo suddenly witnesses the ground opening up and swallowing a woman. Amid his efforts to save her, the two are transported to another world, Isekai. As compensation for dragging Kondo into the mess, the kingdom assures him that they will provide him with a comfortable life and fulfill any of his desires. To everyone's surprise, Kondo asks for a job. Could not be me. Kondo devotes himself to his new post. His accurate and thorough work catches the attention of various high-ranking officials and knights, especially Aresh Indolark, the cold-hearted knight captain. Aresh, not Arash. I might prefer Arash, but that's just because I'm a fate BL Isekai. I've always thought the covers were cute, the 2 boys look cute, and that's literally all I need. This one seems like literally just a BL clone of the Saint's Magic Powers Omnipotence Seijo no Marioku wa Bano Desu. This seems like literally just very similar in terms of you have the black-haired glasses person, and then you have the cold knight captain who they fall in love with. I had feelings about season 2, but I love Saint's Magic Powers Omnipotence, so I would love to see a BL version of that, allegedly, potentially. Definitely here for that. Don't know how I feel about the accounting. Listen, if everybody is gonna get isekai, everybody should get isekai. It could be soon, or it could be in limbo, like these next two. The first one I love mentioning every time I talk about the state of BL, Saizuru Tori wa Habatakanai, The Storm Breaks, or Saizuru Movie 2, Twittering Birds Never Fly Movie 2. By the time next year starts, it will have been 5 years since the first movie came out. One day, give you context, one day. The first movie was great, absolutely loved it, absolutely loved Yashiro and Domeki. Nendoroids went up for pre-order about a month or so ago. Hopefully that's a sign. I also recently randomly saw some BL manga ranking characters thing that someone posted in my Discord server, and like Yashiro was like #1 uke. The manga's not done. And it's been going since 2011, so it's not like it has no content. I'm really hoping for it. Maybe 2025 is that year, since there's not that much BL overall, so maybe Blue Links will be like, hey, let's fill the gap, instead of literally doing like Given for the 5th time. Not because I dislike Given, but if Given is done, let's do something else. So you're supposed to be Blue Links, not Given Links. Blue Given. Whatever. Blue End Count. This next one is even less likely, but deserves mention. Also not BL, but Danmei, Chuan Shu Zijui Zinyan Xian Meng Pian. Scumbag System Season 2. I haven't seen Season 1. Season 1 has been on my list entirely because from what I have seen and from what I have heard, the scumbag villain fandom is objectively the best MXTX Western fandom, so they deserve a Season 2. And I know it's CG, and I don't know that I'm gonna love the CG, and of course it's a Donghua adaptation of a Danmei, so it means like all of the Danmeisms will be like bugs in the background. Will be hard to see, aka not there because of the CCP, but we can hope and pray for Scum Villain Season 2. And then lastly, I don't know when this one is coming, but there's a reason this one is last out of the 6. Yatara Yarashi Fukami-kun, aka Unexpectedly Naughty Fukami. Why is a perfect specimen of a man like me getting this turned on by a guy like that? Thus begins the obstinate relationship of a playboy narcissist and a deceivingly frumpily dressed, hot-bodied otaku. I love the word frumpy. This is an Anime Festa anime. Yay! I was initially on Fukami just based off of the character designs on the poster for the anime announcement, and I think the manga, but I glimpsed some of the chapters of the manga, and both characters hotter than they look on this promotional image. So, and speaking of Anime Festa, if you're looking to watch any of Anime Festa's BL anime, head to today's sponsor, Coolmic. Coolmic is a manga reading and anime watching website home to tons of BL manga, as well as select BL anime you may or may not heard of, such as the Size Kink Isekai The Titan's Bride, the Taller Bottom Isekai Everything for Demon King Evologia, the gender-bending childhood friends of by my best friend, the Kimono Mimi of caressing of my hibernating bear, the single father finds a babysitter and babysits on that even a dad wants it, and of course the anime they asked me to talk about last time, The Perfect Prince Loves Me, the side character, a third isekai, the BL Isekai Big 3. Starting December 24th, you can get all of this anime and more on Coolmic for a discounted price, and they don't hold anime sales often. Just click the link in the description and head to their site for their sale, which will begin in a few days. Get yourself a last-minute Quinakmas gift already, for me, because I still have to do all of my Christmas shopping, and I got 2 days! Moving on from the yaoi to the yaoi danmei, the next section is, of course,
Look at you, look at me, look at you, look at me.
First and foremost, hasn't a Kagurabachi anime adaptation been leaked? Nobody rides for BL fans like Kagurabachi stands. It's why I have a Kagurabachi Dude Bros Yaoi Danmei interest stack on my anime list. Linked below. Those Kagurabachi stands have been so desperate for their to get popular and to pop off like the meme it started out as. They'll take anybody's support, so BL fans... This is more of like a charity service, but so this is going to be broken down into 2 sections. There's going to be new entries, everything getting a season 1, and then there's going to be sequels. First up, highly anticipated across the board, Hikaru ga Shinda Natsu, aka the summer Hikaru died. I know what some of you are already thinking, why is this not in the BL category? And we will briefly touch on it. So the day Hikaru died, I'm not reading this full synopsis, I will briefly retell it in my own words, is a story about a boy named Hikaru who has a crush on his friend Yoshiki, and so they're around and they're friends, and then Hikaru is around in the woods and dies, and his corpse is then possessed by some ambiguous monster. Does it have a name? And then Hikaru, in quotation marks, Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicle readers know about the quotation marks, shows up, and Yoshiki's like, hashtag, not my Hikaru, this is Uke replacement theory. And so then the story is about Hikaru in quotation marks and Yoshiki, and they're navigating whatever the this is a wildly celebrated, wildly acclaimed, wildly anticipated anime. It's basically Shonen Junji Aito. From my understanding, and I am not the be-all, end-all, again, I'm not an expert, and this is just what I've read and been told. Apparently, like, this originally was like a Pixiv manga, and the author allegedly had it tagged as BL, and then it got picked up for full publishing, and now the BL label is gone. And apparently the author has said something. But if I know anything about BL fans, what an author said in an interview, if Killing Stalking has taught me anything, sure they did, sure Jan. Do I know? No. Do I care? No. I'm not a horror fan, so I have generally no interest in this, but I know a lot of BL fans will have a strong interest in it. But debate in the comments below, is the day Hikaru died BL or not? You know, when we talk about... giving a TED Talk. When we talk about anime, manga, manhwa, and we talk about the fandom and like people perceiving something as BL when it's not BL, I have not seen a stronger fan base portray and talk about something like it's just casually BL, like I have with Omniscient Reader. Kim Dokja does not consider himself the protagonist of his own life. For over a decade, he has lived vicariously through Yoo Jong-hyuk, the main character of the web novel 3 Ways to Survive the Apocalypse. Long after all other readers lost interest, Dokja finally resigns himself to the story ending. However, he receives an enigmatic message from the author stating that the story will soon be monetized, before his surroundings suddenly go dark. He swiftly realizes that fiction has become reality and he is now living through Twissa. Excuse my Korean pronunciations. I'm just intrigued to see how it's gonna do post-Solo Leveling. I really don't know much more of it other than like its audience absolutely loving the characters and shipping the ever-living out of them, and that they call it Orv. That's literally all I know. But it's intriguing. The characters are hot. It's basically canonical yaoi, so. Next is one that y'all know I've been waiting for. Twisted Wonderland! 3 seasons. Episode of Heartslabule, episode of Savannah Claw, an episode of Octagonelle. Basically, this is just a story about shonen versions of Disney villains, sort of, asterisk, who go to a magical school, and so they have different dorms, and they go about their everyday dorm lives, and like all of the PVs for all of the different chapters make it look like everybody is turning into like, oh my god, what's the word for it? Secundo forms of like Arankar. So, intriguing shit. I'm excited. Might have to get Disney Plus. At least I can watch X-Men Evolution when I get it. Sebek! I wanted to be here for like a fanciful holiday background. But Sebek, baby! Sebek is actually not my favorite. Trey Clover is actually my favorite. I love Ruggy too. Ruggy, Ace, Deuce, Sebek, Trey. I like Floyd, and the other one. Oh, I like Silver. Silver and gold, silver and gold. Next is something that I've been waiting for at least a year now, because I've been very excited for it. And again, I mentioned it earlier, I'm a for this franchise. Fate Strange Fake. Fate Strange Fake centers around an imperfect copy. I'm not gonna read the whole thing because it's Fate, and Fate is Fate, and I'm not explaining Fate to people. Explaining Fate would be its own video. I should do an explaining Fate for the girls, gays, and theys video eventually, but we'll get there. Following the conclusion of the Third Grail War, a US-based organization with Magi distinct from the London-based Mage Association uses data from the Fuyuki Grail War to plan their own ritual. And it's in America, things are imperfect, and there's a new saber, and the main girl, I think, is one of the main girls from Fate Prototype. I'm pretty sure, yeah, she's like the original protagonist of Fate Prototype, but then she's also the protagonist. And I'm still like dying for a literal like Fate Prototype Fragments of Silver Sky adaptation. It's Fate. Fate always has hot servants, hot male servants, and they're always going to be shipped together and shipped with other servants. And it's just Fate keeps fating, and Fate is for BL fans. So there's always that. I already can tell from like the first episode, we are already gonna have the resurgence of Gilgamesh and Enkidu, the real Enkidu this time, as opposed to whatever was going on in Babylonia. Next one is by a familiar writer, I think. Mahotsukai no Yakusoku, aka Promise of Wizard. On a moonlit night, Akira Masaki finds herself in a magical world where wizards and humans coexist. Every year, they must face an enormous deadly moon that attacks the planet. Their only hope lies with the Wizard of the Sage, appointed to fight the supernatural threat. But Akira soon discovers she wasn't summoned by chance. She was chosen to lead them in battle. And it's by the same people who made Idol 7, I think, at least in part. I can't speak for all y'all, but we love Idol 7. But it's Hot Boys, and it's a mobile game. So, and it's from the people who made Idol 7, and we ship literally everything in Idol 7. So, BL fans, Promise of Wizard, Mahotsukai no Yakusoku, or Mahoyaku? Mahoyaku. Oreyaku Kizoku no Kyuko no Susume, a gentle noble's vacation recommendation. When Lizel mysteriously finds himself in a city that bears odd similarities to his own but clearly isn't, he quickly comes to terms with the unlikely truth: this is an entirely different world. Even so, laid-back Lizel isn't the type to panic. Is this isekai? It doesn't say isekai. He immediately sets out to learn more about this strange place, and to help him do so, hires a seasoned adventurer named Gil as his tour guide and protector. Until he's able to find a way home, Lizel figures this is a perfect opportunity to explore a new way of life adventuring as part of a guild. So this is basically, from my opinion, Yaoi Freiren. Freiren I have not read the novel myself, but I looked up some tags on Baka updates, and all you need to know is when it says non-BL with 2 male leads, for us. Lord of the Mysteries, aka Guimi C. Wait, what is Z in Chinese? Whatever. Guimi Zizu, aka Lord of the Mysteries. Waking up to be faced with a string of mysteries, Zhou Mingrui finds himself reincarnated as Klein Moretti in an alternate Victorian-era world where he sees a world filled with machinery, cannons, dreadnoughts, airships, different machines, as well as potions, divinations, hexes, tarot cards, sealed artifacts. Follow Klein as he finds himself entangled with the churches of the world, both orthodox and unorthodox, while he slowly develops newfound powers thanks to the Beyonder potions. I'm a huge fan of Pingxie, I'm a big fan of Damu Biji, I'm a big fan of The King's Avatar, and I'm a big fan of Mr. Love Queen's Choice. And so, as a fan of those things and like going through the various Chinese IP that I'm interested in, oftentimes I will go through like the fan art section of fan merchandise. I oftentimes come across Lord of Mysteries merchandise shipping various characters, often involving Klein Moretti. It may not actually be Danmei, but Danmei I, male idol anime roundup. First up, classic stars. All you need to know is not really an idol series, but it's about Ikemen Chopin, Liszt, Mozart, and Beethoven. Have you ever wanted to ship Beethoven and Mozart? Now is your chance. Hanadal, I really don't know much of, but Utapri exists, and Idol 7 exists, and Side M exists, and do I need to go on? Because if it's idol anime, we shall ship it. Lastly, coming up soon that I'm really excited for, Unite Up Season 2! Unite Up Universe! First season alone was basically like 3 different love interests. You have Kachan, and then you have Daiki the Tsundere, with the great song Call, and then you have the Twinkie one with the yellow, the blondish hair, and they're all with the red-haired boy who's adorable. It's all adorable. Check out Unite Up. Highly recommend it. So Unite Up Season 2 is also a great way to segue into the sequels. First up, obvious. Some of you likely probably would have been like, you should have put this in BL Anime, but no. SK8, OVA, and second season. I don't know if the second season is coming next year. I know the OVA is coming, like, in the winter. Most intrigued to find out if Utsumi can redeem herself after Buchigiri, or if we are really truly in her flop era. Kuroshitsuji Midori no Majo Hen, aka Black Butler, Emerald Witch Arc. Black Butler, not only in 2024, but and in 2025. Isn't the manga unfinished? Black Butler is something I need to engage with eventually because of what I do, is Black Butler. Of course, we're gonna be there. I might not be there, but we will be there. Jujutsu Kaisen, Shimetsu Kaiju. Do I have to say anything? No? Okay, next. Windbreaker and Tokyo Revengers. People love shipping the delinquents. More delinquents, more shipping, more violence. BL fans will thrive. Link Click Season 2. Another donghua that a lot of people will swear is Danmei. This is one I am did not expect and so fucking excited for and hoping for more from it. Binan Koko Chikyo Buebu Eternal Love. Cute High Earth Defense Club Eternal Love. So excited. It's a blessing. Oh my god, love making. Listen. I'm so excited. And apparently both groups are gonna be in it, plus those hot fucking alien twins, and my man Gora, whatever his name is, the blonde lumberjack, who is also apparently a magical boy at some point. So excited, so excited. Card Captain Sakura Clear Card Season 2. Who knows? I read the manga to completion. It was great fun. Excited for it. When are they bringing back Holic Ray? Because it was supposed to be back by now. Clamp. Love Toyuki. So, what more do I have to say? The One Piece! The Wit Studio adaptation of One Piece, starting from the beginning. One Piece is a thing that a lot of people won't engage with because it is so long. And yet, I know for a fact that a lot of people still will consume fan art and doujinshi of Zoro and Sanji. I have opinions on the One Piece existing that I will spare y'all from, but the reality is that a One Piece readaptation is going to usher in a whole new generation of Zosan shippers among a billion other ships from One Piece that already exist. Like, it's going to be even more so. If you're one of those people who's sick of One Piece and One Piece fans, I'm sorry, because it's It's not me. It's about to be even more everywhere, depending on how it goes. Osamatsu 4th season, a staple of BL culture. Ginga Eiyu Densetsu sequel, aka Legend of the Galactic Heroes. High key, most likely, probably, in my opinion, what inspired Ash Eiji in the first place. I have been meaning to I was supposed to get to this series this year, and then I didn't because I still have to get through Major and I still have to get to Shippuden. Boruto Naruto Next Generations Part 2! Probably just me, but come on now. Come on now! That's all the safe options. The girls' gays and days will flock to it regardless. Successful businesses, so to speak. But let's be daring. Let's risk it all. Let's go into foreclosure! Because what is the fun if we don't talk about any? Now you know I wasn't gonna go in the year without getting the Wicked one more time. Amaku Takao no Sweetie Kart, aka Amaku MD. This is basically just a story about a hospital and the ongoings there with the staff, both the doctors and the nurses. And I was recently told that House MD is yaoi danme, so this absolutely fits. Dose koishite shimaunda, aka Anyway I'm Falling in Love with You. So it's a shoujo romance series, but it's coming out very, very soon. I'm actually very excited. As a shoujo girl, as a shoujo enjoyer. But it's basically about a girl and her 4 male childhood friends, and so obviously she's gotta pick somebody. And I feel like we as a community need to get back to like shipping shoujo, hashtag shipping shoujo. Like where in the 2020s is the Kanazero? Kind of had a little bit of a resurgence of Kyoyuki. Where is the Tamakyo? Where are the Hitachin twins? Calling back to Kiss Him Not Me, it would not be the first time that we have a shoujo romance series where there's 4 male love interests and 2 of them end up together. I'm just saying, I won't say who, but I'm just saying. Domino Ace, Act 2, Zokuhen, aka Domino Ace Season 4, or Season 2, Act 2, Season 2. When I first watched Domino Ace, and fell in love all those years ago, it didn't seem like there was a lot of people who had watched Domino Ace, despite it having like so many episodes and being like looking so great, incredible animation, and just being like a grand old time that very much I thought would be in the same league in English speaking spaces as like Haikyuu or Kuroko no Basket or anything else that was airing or had been airing that was sportsy at that time. And so I feel like I have seen it pop up more and more in recent years, not only because I like had a full propaganda campaign in my Discord server to get a lot of people to watch Daya. I think by a lot, I mean like 3 or maybe 4, maybe 5. I'm intrigued to see if the number and the hype around it will be bigger this time. So that's why it's a wild card and not like a given, just because it's a sports series. Also, I wonder if some of y'all in the Discord server will be able to catch up in time. We don't know when it's coming out, but my guess would be April. Oh, the baseball anime always comes out in April. Next up is something that it has like no popularity out here in the West, but I want the people to get into it, especially BL fans, because it is, and parts of it, not all of it, but parts of it are not only for us, but about us. Witch Watch. It's about this girl named Nico, and she's a witch, and she moves back to town with her childhood friend Morihito, who is part ogre, because their parents are family friends, and they're digging into that backstory in the manga right now, let me just say. And so Nico and Morihito end up living together because Nico is supposed to be this big bad witch in a good way. They don't want her power to be taken advantage of and for her to summon this evil old witch. And so Witch Madara. Madoshira. They live together, and then a few other boys come to live with them, and so there's like 4 boys, if I remember correctly, all living in this same house with this girl with no parental supervision. And if it was literally in any other magazine, it would be having so much fun, but it's not. But it's still loads of fun. And it's a goofy little series, and they go to a regular high school with the most eccentric student council you will ever see at a regular high school. Goofy as it's hilarious. The references are endless. There's so much shipping potential, not only between Morihito and Kan and Keigo and Morihito and Keigo and Morihito and Wolf. Miharu is Miharu the vampire, Miharu and the Jekyll and Hyde guy. Listen, the potential is endless and is everywhere. Not only it's from Weekly Shonen Jump, we already know what the it is. And then on top of that, one of the teachers is secretly a Fujoshi. She's a closet otaku, so like she is very much like a huge fan of anime things, but like always trying to like keep it on the hush hush in front of her students. And like one time she walks into like the class, it's one of these days where like Nico has given everybody a spell to with gravity or some shit. She walks in and like all the way that the desks are rearranged, she's like, did I just walk into Infinity Castle? So there's like Demon Slayer references. Miharu the vampire boy sucks vitality by touching people and gets real excited when he does it. So if you love a little femboy vampire boy, not to spoil too much, but the story's in its part 2 right now. And so if you were looking for like scenarios to give you shipping fuel, Witch Watch, baby. Witch fucking watch. Farmagia. This is an anime adaptation of a game. I know the art, at least, is done by Hiro Mashima, aka the mangaka for Fairy Tail, as well as Eden Zero, and he also did Rave Master. Dead Rock. Dead Rock was okay. But Farmagia looks more than okay. It's a fantasy series. There's like literally 2 Natsus in this, and I will take all the Natsus possible. So again, the shipping possibilities definitely going to be there, especially if it delivers in the ways that Mashima is known to deliver. To deliver. Be delivered, I am delivered. This one I've talked about before, Shunji Ke no Korodo Motachi. This is from the same mangaka as Rent-A-Girlfriend. Should we throw Rent-A-Girlfriend into the mix of wild cards? Maybe not. I can't even think of a second male character in Rent-A-Girlfriend. But anyway, this is a story about a boy who lives with his 6 or 7 siblings. I think it's like 5 girls and 1 boy. And so they live together, and then he thinks he's blood related to them, and then he finds out he's their step sibling. So then all of them are now trying to be in a relationship with him. Except for the boy. But the boy is the variable that I'm willing to bet on. I don't know, but I want to believe. Next up are the self-insert incel classics, Classroom of the Elite and The Irregular at Magic High School. I just want to believe that this is the season. This could be the year, whenever these come out. This could be the time where the community, us, come together and see what some of us have been seeing. Ayano Koji is adorable, and the red-haired boy is adorable, and Ryuen sucks, but him and Ayano Koji as a ship is impeccable. And with Irregular, it's like, again, Oni-san, Oni-sama. I have him on my wall literally in every other video except this one. But even the male shipping possibilities over there are incredible, especially when you bring in my brown-haired boo into like purplish outfit, purplish reddish outfit. Him and Oni-sama. Who knows? Maybe this will be the year that the people come around to Irregular. This is one that I put in wild card, but I feel like once it starts happening, because of how popular this series is, it's going to be like less of a wild card and more of like an obvious thing. My Dress Up Darling, 2nd season. First episode of Dress Up Darling had me. By the end of Dress Up Darling, I was like, you've lost me. And especially when I started seeing the fan response and like every girl being like, oh my god, Marin is literally me. No, she literally is not. No, she literally is not. Woo, let's not even, I'm more Marin than y'all. Just kidding. Especially seeing like anti-Fujos be like, oh my god, Marin is just like me. She's literally a Fujoshi, but go off. Eventually there are going to be more boys in the cast as Gojo, I guess, finds more friends at school, and like I've just seen them like talk to each other. And like, again, I skimmed, so I don't really know what was being said, but just the way panels were drawn and emotion, I was like, oh. Can't see my sideburn. To Be Hero X. To Be Hero X is like a superhero society. Basically, overall, I'm getting like Tiger and Bunny energy and presentation. And I know you love Kotetsu Kaburagi. Rightfully so. I don't think we're gonna get a 3rd season of Tiger and Bunny, so I will gladly take this as a proxy. Some of the characters are hot. There's obviously male characters. It may be from China, but that's never stopped us before. Mashla Zokuhan. I don't know why more of the Fujos and the Rain Bros haven't been captivated by Mashla in the way that the very minority of us are, because Mashla is a great good time. The male characters are hilarious and hot and like excessively shippable. And like Lemon isn't even like clearly like, I mean, I don't know how it ends, nobody spoil me, but like Lemon isn't clearly like a love interest who has a chance, and she knows she doesn't have a chance because she's literally us. Because she is so relatable. Dot and Mosh might be my number 1, but then there's also Lance in the mix with everybody, and then like Rain is in the mix. Make it rain! Finn and Mosh, adorable. So wholesome. And Mashla has all the components. I don't know why people are not clamoring to it. If Gintama can have a strong shipping fan base, I don't know why Mashla can't. Tome Otoko to Ningen Ona Sonochi Fufu ni Naru Futari. So this is basically about a woman who ends up dating the Invisible Man, and the Invisible Man has invisible yaoi hands. Not really invisible because he puts gloves on them, but they are invisible. I'm going based off of that entirely alone. They'll probably be a male character, but with the invisible yaoi hands. Woody's Football. This is basically just look out, Blue Lock, the Chinese shotas are coming. Kaito Queen no Yugo na Vacances. Kaito Queen wa Circus ga Oski was the original. This is the sequel to it, Mirage Queen Vacances Elegantes. It's basically a story about a non-binary thief and their butler, boy wife, and them just doing heists all around the world while the police try to stop them. It's cute, it's campy, it's so fun. The first movie is so short and so fun. I wanted more. We're getting more. Joker is fine as and Queen is just hilarious. So it's just like one of my favorite underrated couplings in one of my favorite underrated anime. Hashtag be gay, do crime. That's all I can really say. Hana Zakari no Kimitachi e, which is basically She's the Man as a shoujo. And listen, She's the Man was basically yaoi. It basically is yaoi until its third act, so let's hope this doesn't get to the third act. This is one that I have not shut the up about, and I'm gonna continue to not shut the up about it. 2.5 Jigen no Ririsa Season 2! I still have to finish Season 1 because I'm so far behind on all my seasonal anime. Let me just say Season 1 of 2.5 had more elemental people than all of the rest of the anime combined in 2024. I forgot what year it was. Trans representation, there's lesbian representation, clear like sapphic undertones. The main character has been revealed to high-key probably be bi. Like, it's just like, it does not end, and it's so great, and I'm gonna continue to not shut the up. Almost died. Shut up about it. Tokyo Babylon 2021. Is it then gonna become Tokyo Babylon 2025? Because this is allegedly still happening. I mean, I think if they were gonna cancel 10 Count and they were gonna cancel Yuri On Ice, I feel like if I was in the camp of Tokyo Babylon 2021, I would cancel Tokyo Babylon 2021 by now. But it hasn't happened, so here we are. And then rounding out 3 series that I'm not really gonna talk much about, but they are Donghua that I believe are based on Danmei. They are wildcards not because they're Danmei, but they're wildcards because they were announced years ago and literally nothing has happened. They might be canceled, but I might figure I might as well mention them. Mo Du Je, AWM Jisian Juji, and Nuanyang, aka Warm Sun. Oh, so let's check the deets. So Nuanyang is the original manhwa. Hua is categorized as boys love. AWM's original BL novels adapted to anime. This is categorized, so I'm just gonna have to go off that interest stack, which could probably likely be lying to me. And Mo Du Je is by Priest. And I know the BL girls, gays, and theys love some Priest. AWM was announced in 2021. Mo Du Je was announced in 2020. And Saye, which is adapted into Nuanyang, was announced in 2023. So this is probably the most likely out of the 3, but still probably not likely based on the CCP. But that's enough excitement and positivity. Time to swipe left. Next is the list of BL anime that I believe personally that BL fans should avoid in 2025. And it's going to be a mix not only of things that I have not mentioned whatsoever in this video so far, but plot twist, some of the stuff that I have in all of the categories. But you have to be in the right place to get in the know. So head to my Patreon or become a channel member by clicking join in order to see the extended cut with this section and anything else I've cut from this video up until this point, because it's a long, raw file. So what about you yaoi-holics? Which of these anime are you excited for? And another plot twist, which BL manga do you think is going to get a surprise adaptation announcement next year? 7 Days, a Finder remake, Loveless 2, Super Lovers 3, Killing Stalking by Studio Dean on Netflix? I mean, Killing Stalking, yes, but Studio Dean. No! Oh, Jinx! Jinx by Cloverworks. Also on Netflix with Ranma remake. Thanks again to Coolmic for sponsoring this video. Remember, the sale ends on January 5th. And Merry Quinukmas and Happy New Year, even though time isn't real. Make sure to head to the community tab if you would like to submit any questions for my upcoming AMA, Ask Me Anything, Q&A, whatever you want to call it. Deadline to put questions for that is the 27th, so make sure you head to the community tab and put your questions there if you would like to see them read them in the video. It will be my first of 2025 in January. But if you become a patron of mine or a channel member, there's going to be an extra special video, or maybe videos, that will be coming out in January exclusively for them, where I will be ranking my top 10 anime openings and endings, songs, sequences, and lots of tears. Bye!